Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I teamed up with Dom Hadley from Payday Pickups and we shot some content for Instagram, some fashion content, some outfit photos. As well as running Payday Pickups, Dom is a fashion blogger, and there's also going to be a video over on his channel, so if you do want to check that out, I'm going to link it in the description. So in this video, we are going to be splitting the video up into two sections. The first being things to consider when you are shooting with fashion bloggers, with fashion influencers for Instagram. And secondly, we are going to be talking about how you can use your phone to create similar content without investing in a camera. So shooting fashion content for Instagram influencers or Instagram bloggers can be a great asset in your business. Generally, it's a great way of finding clients that are going to need content regularly, whether that's weekly or monthly or even bi-monthly. Shooting content with the same people, building up that relationship is a great way of creating consistent income as a freelance photographer. But don't worry, if you are not a photographer and you're not really interested in all of that, this video is also going to be useful if you are looking to shoot your own Instagram content or maybe a friend's Instagram content or something like that. So first up, it's really important to plan out your shoot. So this could be, planning out the locations and the route that you're going to take to get to those locations, planning out how much time you're going to spend per outfit. Of course, this plan doesn't need to be to the minute exact all the time, but it is good to kind of have an idea and to share that with whoever you're shooting the content with. So for example, in this shoot with Dom, we shot 3 outfits in 3 different locations, and the 3 different locations were pretty much in the same area, not any longer than 5-minute walk in between each location, just to save time. And that way I knew that within our 1.5 hour period, we could spend about half an hour on each look. If you've worked all this out, then it can also be useful to kind of make a map of where you're going to go. So you say, right, we're going to start here, so I need you in this outfit, and then we're going to go along a certain route until we get to the final location. It just makes things a lot more time efficient and you can produce a lot more content. That leads me on to bulk shooting. Bulk shooting refers to basically shooting a ton of different content in one day or in one shoot, in one session, I guess. Generally, this is going to save you a ton of time, and it's also going to give you a backlog of content that you can post over the next few weeks or days, depending on how much content you have prepared. One tip for bulk shooting is to remember to switch up the locations every time you do switch to a new outfit, because this just kind of makes it look like it's not all shot in the same day and gives you a little bit more diversity, especially for when it's coming to posting it on your Instagram feed. You don't want all of your photos to look like they were shot in the same place. That leads me nicely on to talking about location. First thing I want to think about when I'm considering location is whether or not the location actually matches the outfit. So I've spoken a lot on this channel about location scouting, and if you do want to check that out in a bit more depth, I will link it in the description. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to go over it quite briefly. When we are matching a outfit to a location, you want to think about the kind of vibe, the kind of personality, I guess, of the outfit. So for example, if you are shooting a sportswear look, then you're probably not going to shoot that look in an expensive bar or restaurant. It's likely that you're going to shoot that content in, I don't know, a park or a running track or something like that kind of just makes sense with the outfit. Another tip is to try and match your colors. So for example, if there's a yellow accent in the outfit and then there's a yellow accent in the location, that can help to tie the image together really nicely. And if all else fails and you just can't find a location that matches the vibe of the outfit, go minimal. Minimal locations really work well for photo shoots when it comes to fashion, because we're putting all the emphasis on the clothing and the location isn't kind of distracting that or causing any tension or clashing with the outfit. Moving on to composition, the chances are you're going to be taking a lot of different kinds of shots. You might want some full body shots to show off the whole outfit. You might want some closer crops to catch more specific details in an outfit. When I'm shooting an outfit, I try to make sure I've got at least 3 shots. I've got the full body shot, I've got a mid shot kind of from the waist up, and then I've got the detail shots, which could be just one detail of the outfit, or it could be a close up on the shoes, a close up on the trousers, a close up on a particular button or zip or something. When you're shooting for Instagram as well, consider leaving a little bit of headroom and a little bit of foot room. So headroom, if you see like right now, there's no headroom. I've completely cut off like the top of my head in this composition. When it comes to shooting content for Instagram, you want to leave a little bit of a gap between the model's head and the top of the frame and the model's feet and the bottom of the frame, because Instagram does crop at a different ratio to what you probably will be shooting at. So you want to kind of allow room for that crop. When you're thinking about angles, you do just generally want to adapt the angle depending on the model, their height, their gender sometimes, what clothing they're wearing. But generally speaking, if you shoot from a lower angle, their legs are going to look a lot longer, which is usually quite flattering. But you don't want to shoot like right underneath them because, you know, that's going to throw off some of like the body proportions. So play around with the angles depending on who you're shooting and try and get the most flattering angle for their body. And finally, you want to think about the platform you're using. So we're shooting content for Instagram here. You want to think about what kind of content performs best. Just like when we are considering the crop and the composition for Instagram, you want to be thinking about how that content's actually going to be shown as well. For example, shooting in a portrait orientation is going to take up more space on people's feeds, and they're going to be more likely to see the post and then interact with the post. Similarly, if you are shooting images that are similar, so maybe you've got two long shots but the model has slightly moved, or you've got a long shot and a mid shot and a detail shot, and you want to put all of that into a carousel. Using carousels on Instagram is a really good way of driving up your engagement. On that note, if you do want to hear more about Instagram engagement and all that stuff, then do let me know, because I might do a video on that in the future. So all of those points, from angles to location, are applicable whether or not you are a professional photographer and you're using a DSLR or something like that, or if you are just using your phone. I took a couple of shots of Dom on my iPhone 7, so that is proof that you don't need an amazing or newest phone to be able to do this. But a few tips for shooting with your phone. When I'm shooting with my phone, I try to shoot the flattest version of the image. So whilst you can use different filters in the camera app, it's usually best to try and shoot it without a filter, because it's a lot easier to apply an edit or a filter in post-production than it is to remove one. You can edit your photos in free apps such as Visco, and that will allow you to brighten everything up, or, you know, change the colors. It pretty much do anything you kind of want to do. Shooting bursts on the phone is also a great way to capture kind of more candid and natural movement and expression. It's likely that you're trying to communicate more of an authentic vibe on Insta, so using that kind of method to capture the model in a more natural pose or, you know, scenario can be useful. That's all from me, but if you did enjoy this video, then please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe. If you want to hear more tips about shooting for Instagram, Dom has a ton over on Payday Pickups, so I will link that in the description. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.